How's it going? Was it 18 high 2? And of course, PWF, welcome. How's it going, guys? How's it going, Henach? P13 man, welcome, guys. How's it going, Meta? You gonna hop on call, Meta? Make some coffee. All right, let me know when you're available. We'll get you on. How's it going, Axe? Welcome, buddy.
Hey, Dap, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you good.
All right.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. How'd the run go overall today, you think?
No, it wasn't the best. They kept giving us fun fights.
Yeah, I saw some of them, I think. Looked interesting. Yeah,
They
Carl,
thought we.
of course, come on, call. Of
Oh,
course.
not Carl.
Yeah, of course, Carl. Come on. Don't don't discriminate against the pizza loving.
Who doesn't love pizza?
Him and I shared a pizza, and well, we didn't share it when we had our own pizza, but we had pizza together in New York. So you'll forever be my pizza buddy. So we're gonna have Carl hop on. We're gonna have Meta, of course. Without dreaming manning my phones here, I actually do this myself.
Yeah, Dreamer thinks he's too good.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Although actually, I don't know if I have Carl. Um, I've had Carl on here before, but I don't know if I have him like added. I go back to one of these other calls. It's probably on here somewhere. So what did you guys make it to 13? Was it?
Yeah, 13 boss.
It's not bad. It might not be good enough, but it's not bad.
Yeah, considering it's Bryn and Chelsea, it's probably not good enough.
Right?
But no, anything can happen.
Oh yeah, I know that. I thought that we only had to make it to 10. We couldn't quite do that. So, and
Yeah,
then
you've had some rough ones.
then the next day I go with Clown, and we were restricted to only villains, robots, and mercenaries, and we make it to 13 boss. So it's just like, what can you
Yeah,
do?
you got to give more love to APOC.
Right? I actually brought in zone 1 that round. I brought double APOC and synergy. So I built up 2 APOCs. Horseman, one of his Magneto, and then my Domino. That was fun. All right, I do have med. I know. Let's see here. Add to call.
Meta's already bossing around his teammate.
Oh yeah.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
How are you?
Hey, you got Carl's Skype?
Yeah, I can add them.
For some reason, I just can't quite get him on here.
All right.
I don't think
What's
we're
up, PWF?
I don't think we're friends.
What's up?
How did your run go? I know Dap asked you, but I was making coffee.
We got to 13 boss.
All right.
What's up, guys?
Welcome.
Hey, Carl.
Howdy. Who? I don't recognize the voice.
It's PWF.
Oh my gosh!
I know it's like a
It's the
rare
first time I've
sighting.
ever talked to PWF.
Yeah, I'm using a voice modulator so I don't sound like Kabam John.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yes, this bracket update should be interesting. How many teams have gone so far this round?
Well, we're just gonna go over what we're gonna go over on Monday, which is what the assignments are. And there's been like 3 or 4 teams that have gone.
All right. I
But,
was just curious. That's all.
there's been a few. There's always a bunch of early goers, and then the people like me that wait till the last minute and do it on Sunday.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is procrastinators and early birds out here. But let me get the brackets up here. Now we're blank. Let's pull it up. All right. So, new looking bracket. I know I sent you guys out the new brackets. It includes the winners bracket as well as the so you're telling me there's still a chance bracket.
Nice.
Yeah, the bracket looks great now. I love it.
Yeah, I actually hand did this one like on Excel as opposed to using as a template, just because I got sick of dealing with that other one.
Yeah, I was wondering too, because I asked Carl today, but I'm not entirely sure. You said on the last call you guys have been doing these tournaments for a little while now. What's the furthest anyone's ever gotten?
You guys broke that record.
We broke the record. That's all I was wondering.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but no one had gotten as far as you guys did in this tournament. In the community one, Hector and Yeet went.
Yeah, they hit 18. That was
really
crazy.
deep. But as far as the 4 Loki tournaments, your run was definitely number 1.
Nice. Well, that's good. Good consolation for this week.
Didn't BG and Lags in the other tournament just go to 17?
They just went real deep too. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Although that runs under controversy right now.
Really?
Oh.
Which for no reason really. But people were saying that because VG quit a fight, that it wasn't really legit.
No, you can quit a fight. Well, I guess that's not our rules, but
Well, yeah. So he didn't force close the app. He just went and quit fight,
yeah.
which should be perfectly legal. But there's people that are like, oh no, you can't do that. The reason why they were mad about it was because he did it in order to switch healths with the opponent,
Gotcha.
and they feel like it was not fair. But most people are saying, that's just smart.
Yeah,
That's
it
not,
sounds like a good tactic.
No, I've seen
Plus-
people in other. I saw Coop and Enzo's stream. I think Coop did that.
Plus, on top of that, I mean, it was zone 14 already, and their opponents weren't even running. So, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know. So, I got the crazy bunch on here. Hold on. All right, Excel. All right, so I guess we'll get started here with what happened in the first round here. We'll start with the 116 matchup. We had Team Whale versus Team No Show. They were called Team No Show because they failed to do a run in the first round, and that was B. Daniels and A-Rob. But Team No Show showed up and took down the number 1 seed Team Whale, and with the big time upset. Very impressive win for them. So they will move on. And then Team Rez went up against TJ, Work in Progress. I should probably pull up what people actually did. Hold on. That's always a little more interesting. Incursions. So, in that matchup, the first matchup, Team Whale had a rough go of it in Zone 8. The boss was too much for them to handle, and they flamed out in Zone 8. A-Rob and B. Daniels made it to Zone 12 into the second level, and they advanced. The next matchup, which was the Team Reserol and JT versus TJ and Work in Progress. So many T's and J's involved in that one. This was the closest matchup of the week. Both teams made it to the 12 boss, with Team Rez getting getting the boss down to 34.91% versus 48.47%.
Wow.
So very close matchup, but advancing is Team Rez, which is Reserol and JT. So congratulations to them. And where am I? All right, next matchup was Chelazé and Bryn, who is a tournament favorite right now, one of the top teams in the tournament, versus Team SSX, and they were able to move on. They did what they needed to do to get into the next round, and all they did was make it to Zone 14 in the second level, and they beat Strands and DLL, who made it to Zone 12 and couldn't get the boss down. So they move on.
A lot of people dying out in Zone 12.
Yeah, there was 1, 2, 3,
Again.
4, 5. So half the teams died in Zone 12. It seems to be a barrier for some, for those that can get there. Next up, we had a very tough 5-12 matchup because the 12 matchup was, perennial top seed in this tournament, but they had a bad qualifying run. So we had JD and B Manny versus the Cheating Woo Woo Bears. One of the fan favorites, so to speak, the Cheating Woo Woo Bears. And
Fan favorite.
Fan favorite. Everyone loves them. They love the name. They love the attitude.
Speak for yourselves. TWF has been giving me a real hard time all day today.
Well, typically other players aren't fans of other players. I'm talking about the fans.
Oh,
The
just the fans.
the
Okay,
fans of the tournament, right? So
gotcha.
the cheating Woo Woo Bears were able to come out on top in this case. They were able to make it to Zone 13 to the second level. And B Manny and JD were not able to get the boss down in 12. So that was the end of B Manny and JD in the winners bracket. Remember, all these teams are advancing to the losers bracket.
Well, no, you still got a chance bracket.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you're telling me there's a chance bracket. Sorry. I apologize to all of us that are in that bracket. Because I'm included. We'll get to that in a minute. All right. Next up, we had the much anticipated matchup. Could Team Fire Saga repeat their impressive seeding and take down Enzo and Coop? This matchup was highly contested.
Oh my God.
And
Nobody picked us. Nobody picked us to win.
Nobody.
No one, that matchup or that bracket?
I don't remember
matchup.
exactly. All I know is
I think people had you
nobody
winning that
picked
matchup.
us.
The only ones that said we would win were Team Whale.
That's true, actually. Team
Well,
Whale did say we-
I am happy to announce, as far as Team Saga goes, that they did do decent in this round. By decent, I mean they broke the 4 Loki Incursion record, make it to the 16 boss, and scratching him a little bit, or her. I don't remember if it was a girl or boy, but there was a little scratching going on there in the 16 boss. Very impressive. Enzo and Coop did not make it past the 12 boss, so that was all she wrote there. So impressive work, Team Fire Saga, in that round.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! All right. So next we have the matchup that everybody was waiting to see. We had Dreamin' and Taters versus Karate Lags. Two very, very strong teams. Neither seeded well in this tournament, but both coming with high esteem, in high regard, and everybody fears them, except for us in the. I can't believe there's still a chance bracket because they're not against us, right? So this matchup was probably the best overall. I know we had a closer matchup, but this was like a very strong fight. Dreamin' and Taters did well. They made it to the 14 boss, which their run would have been good enough to beat all but 2 teams. But unfortunately, they were facing one of the 2 teams that would have beaten them. And then Karate Lags made it to the Zone 15 boss. Very impressive run. And they were able to take down the runners-up from the last 2 tournaments. So very impressive job there. And then in the 3-14 matchup,
Whoa, another huge upset. My
a
goodness.
very, very disappointing match from this commentator's point of view. We had Dap and Lizer. All they had to do was beat Zone 10. And they couldn't beat Zone 9.
This was the actual biggest upset in round 1, honestly.
I think it may have been. It was unfortunate on as far as my point of view. But hey, that's the way things go. That's why it's double elimination, I guess. Very disappointed. I was very disappointed on Sunday, obviously.
What happened in room 9?
We had 2 mini bosses that were pretty tough, and only one of us made it to the boss. Unfortunately, we made a couple of mistakes. I think not healing up in 8 as opposed to her taking a hack. I think it kind of cost us, and we misunderstood one of the nodes versus one of her hacks that she had was feeding the node, and it just she couldn't get past it. So it was probably more on us not understanding the interaction with one of our hacks than than anything else. But hey, that's the way it
Yeah,
goes.
I think that's actually I think that's actually a pretty big mistake that a lot of teams will make. Kind of like going into not even like later rooms, but even around like between 8 and 12, just making sure that you're still topped up as long as you have a couple of good hacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. But I honestly, the biggest problem was the fact that she had a beneficial hack that was feeding the negative part of the node,
Yeah.
and she couldn't get past it.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that's the way it goes. So yeah, congratulations once again to Katie Candy and Brooke. They definitely earned their way into the next round. All right. And then the last matchup was Team Ghost versus Vega and Cam. And in that matchup, Vega and Cam did really well. They made it to the 13 boss. But Pete and Merrick were able to get to the 14 boss. So another very strong performance by both of those teams. But only one can move on. And that's where they sit. So that's just the results. Now let's take a look at what we have for matchups first in the winners bracket. And kind of want to get your guys' perspective on what you see. The first matchup is the 16-8 matchup, which you don't see very often. But we have Team No Show versus Team Rez. What do you guys see there?
16 versus 8 has only happened, I think, one time in the history of the NCAA tournament.
Well, 16
and it was
just
like last year.
Yeah, 16 just doesn't beat 1. That's why, because usually 16 is just a laughing addition to the tournament.
Exactly.
But this is not basketball. This is Incursions, and where anything can happen, including the 16 and 14 teams advancing.
Yeah.
I feel like this is just my opinion. Like Team Rez is just kind of a mystery. Like I feel like they could be really good, but they've been I think they made it to 12 both times, and B Daniel's team also made it to 12 last time. So this is kind of a toss up, at least from my
pretty much anybody could make it through, huh?
Yeah.
I think Team Rez overall is just the more experienced against difficult content, difficult nodes, higher tier war. So I don't know. I think that they have a slight advantage over Team No Show, but it should be a very good matchup.
The big question is, will Rob show up?
That's true. He was actually. I got a call from B Daniels today online, and the two of them were having beers together.
Oh.
They invited me, but I was like, dude, I live like an hour away from Rob. Like, I can't get up there.
Well, so we have their run right then.
We have to assume that they're going to show up. Otherwise,
we know that they might be intoxicated when they do show up. So
that's always a possibility, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I think I probably would lean Team Rez just because I know Rez is really good, and I don't watch a lot of Rob streams or B Daniel stuff, but should be a good matchup.
I think so. I think it really, honestly, is anybody's match there. It'd be interesting to see if 16 can continue its Cinderella story, or if it's going to come to a crashing and burning end. All right, so let's go back to the bracket here. I said let's go back to the bracket. Thank you.
No, I want to look at Enzo.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Amongst the other handsome dudes in there. All right, next up we have a very, very interesting matchup with Chalize and Bryn, who is a tournament favorite, versus a perennial powerhouse in these tournaments, the cheating Woo Woo Bears. Who do you guys got here?
Well, I'll go since we'll let Paul go last since he's actually on the team. But unfortunately, I already know the results of one of these two's run, right? So I have a hard time not going with Chelizé and Bryn, just because I think they're going to get further than what the cheating Woo Woo Bears did today.
So you're saying you don't think that the cheating Woo Woo Bears performed well enough to take down these guys?
Not those guys. From what as long as I've been following, I don't think a Chelizé team has ever been stopped short of like 14 or 15. I could be wrong, but anything could happen.
I might have that information.
And not only that, Bryn is
ridiculously good.
Yeah, he's an upgrade over Chelizé's last partner. So
no, actually, I don't have that. I deleted it. But yeah, it sounds about right.
I'm gonna go against the grain on this one then. I'm hopeful, man. I'm really hopeful. I think that Team Chelizé is due for a bad performance after so many good ones. I think maybe they see some difficult nodes and might get stopped up. It's all going to depend on the RNG though. But I'm taking the Woo Woo Bears. I don't care, man.
You're just trying to get rid of the top seeded teams any way you can, huh?
Dang right.
All right, sounds good. Speaking of getting rid of the top seeded, people in this tournament, we got a real tough one here. We got the best run ever in 4 Loki with the Fire Saga team. Can they repeat their performance 3 weeks in a row to take down the red-hot Karate Lags? That is the question.
I don't think we heard. I don't think we heard PWF's opinion on him.
Oh, I don't allow opinions of your own match because it's crazy.
Well, I'll tell you my opinion of our match is that we've already done our run, and although we did get to 13, I just don't see any way that Karate Lags doesn't beat that.
Just hoping for real bad matchups for them. That's it.
Yeah,
at this point.
That's all we can hope for now at this point.
Or they
Although,
missed a note or something.
Yeah, I mean, 13 sounds like it would have been good enough in a lot of other matchups.
13 usually is.
13 is a good starting place, and then it's up to the other team to say, okay, I'm going to win or I'm going to lose.
Yeah.
If you can get to 13 bots, and that's actually what we did on Monday with me and Clown doing just the villains, robots, and mercs. We made it to the 13 boss, and I'm like, okay, if we get beat, they earned it. If we win, we win. Just the way it is. So PWF. First of all, do you have anything to say about your opponents? And second of all, what do you see in this 2-10 matchup?
Well, I'll just echo what Steve had to say to him. Please beat us. Playing mind games.
Okay.
He's good at mind games, that's for sure.
And then the Fire Saga Karate Legs matchup. Oh, there was a major tactical mistake. Legs and Karate Mike are way too competitive to get stopped by anything if they know where they have to get to.
So you think the tactical mistake was going first, not the fact that I died to an easy fight?
I wanted to go second.
Well, wait a second. Well, tactical mistakes different than just absolute stupidity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they would have gone around like they did in their last run against Dreamin' and Taters. It was the right choice for them to do it, but who knows if they just go, it's 14. That's probably good enough.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I mean, me and Clown did it on Monday, even though we don't know what our opponents are doing.
Yeah,
I mean, at some point you have to figure, I have to make it the furthest I possibly can, and what's going to get me to that point. And if you can't make it through a room by going double-sided, then you do what you can.
Yeah, because we had to do that in Zone 9 today.
Yeah.
We didn't want to touch that Sasquatch. Yeah, life cycle, aspect of evolution, or...
Yeah.
Man, we had a hell of a Sasquatch boss. If it wasn't for Carl, we wouldn't have made it past room 8.
Yeah, teams that can't make it past 8 or 9 are just, garbage,
Well, look, we had this Sasquatch. I took pictures. He had specials he had kinetic transference. And what was the other? God, man, let me look at. I'll find these pictures. I'll come back to this. He was insane.
But not for quick.
All right, so he had special delivery, kinetic transference, Aspect of Nightmare, and Special Lock 2. And initially we wanted to go in with Torch, and I was like, dude, there's no way. Because you get cornered in that fight without Kinetic. So yeah, if Carl didn't quake it, we would have been out that room.
Right.
That's the lamest thing about the run is I actually had probably 3 or 4 really good Quake fights. I was so happy, and then I died to an easy fight that it should have been an easy fight with Corvus, but what can you do?
Yeah.
Cry. I mean, that's what I did on Sunday.
We already did that.
Okay,
We've
well,
had 2
that's
hours.
well. Once you cry it out a little bit. I mean, there's not much else you can do, right?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Speaking of crying, the winners of the team that beat us, they're facing Team Ghost in round 2. We got the 14-6 matchup. I mean, who do you guys got here? We got Brooks Katie versus Team Ghost. Who's the team?
Well, I think that Brooke and Katie, they've been to 9 and then 10 so far in the tournament. So unless they're hiding something up their sleeve, they're just kind of. I mean, they could not have known that Dap and Lizer would have died in room 9.
Yeah.
I just think Team Ghost, on the other hand, I've never seen a team on stream that just like is so relaxed and just appears to not care at all. But at the same time, they're so skilled they can just get through. I mean, they'll probably get to 11 or 12 without thinking.
Right.
So I got to go with Team Ghost here.
All right.
Yeah, there's no restrictions banning Ghost, so
Ghost is allowed in this tournament.
yeah.
All right, look, hear me out, guys. Hear me out on this.
Whoa, okay, Meta.
All right.
You're
So I think I've known Katie Candy a long time now. I think that she's into some like hoodoo, witchcraft stuff, man, and that's why they beat Dap and Lizer. So if they're pulling some stuff like that, maybe they advance. Anything short of that, though, I think Team Ghost has it.
You know, she might have been able to snatch a strand of Pete's hair at Comic-Con.
Oh,
that's true. We were all a Demon Busters.
That might change everything.
Yeah.
That might change everything. If she has Pete's hair,
it's over.
I mean I don't know. That'll be interesting, guys. We'll find out. We'll find out how that looks come time for this week. All right, let's pull up the brackets again and go to the. So you're telling me there's still a chance bracket. So unlike every tournament so far to date, we do have a second chance bracket. This bracket, if I put it on screen here, hold on.
I also have a suggested name change for Legacy's team.
All right.
They should be Team Sweep the Lag.
Sweep the lag. Oh, I see what you're
Right?
doing there.
Instead of sweep the leg,
Yeah.
sweep the lag. It's like
He got
karate.
it. He understood it.
I did understand it. It's not bad, but I'm not going to change their name anytime
Oh
soon.
man.
But I get it. It's not bad. You know, definitely a top 10 joke on this this stream so far.
Oh my god.
I love it.
That wasn't a joke. It was a legit name suggestion.
Okay. All right.
I think people were suggesting that in Legacy's stream actually too.
Yeah, that's where I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you. If Legacy
So not
wants
even
to,
an original joke. Come
oh
on,
man,
Carl.
he didn't even.
It's not a joke.
He didn't.
It was a
No,
legit
you're the
name
joke,
suggestion.
buddy. You're the joke.
That's true.
All right, so let's check out this. So you're telling me there's a chance bracket. Obviously, loser goes home in this situation, so there's a lot on the line when it comes time for these matchups. We have a 1-9 matchup in the second chance bracket. Team Whale needs to redeem themselves against TJ and Work in Progress. Not an easy team to face. What do you guys think here?
Wow. This really could go either way.
I think the number 1 seed's gonna lose twice in a row and be double.
Ouch.
First.
They're going to be the first team out, you're saying?
Yep.
Team Whale is going to crash and burn to the bottom of the ocean.
That's what I'm thinking.
Not good. Not good.
I mean, as if TJ and Work can just focus and they can take constructive criticism, then they could really make something of themselves. I think I'm going to go with TJ and Work in this one.
All right. The next matchup is Team SSX versus JD and B Manny. This is a seeded 13-5 matchup. So that would put the supposed advantage to Team B Manny. But what do you guys think?
As long as B Manny can actually remember to swap out his team instead of just taking a hack randomly, I'll go with JD and B Manny.
They have had some issues with that multiple times, so I can see where you're coming from.
They do all the planning, and then it doesn't happen. It's like,
All right.
who was I supposed to bring for this? Oh, crap.
Yeah. And Team SSX, that's Strands and DLL, right?
Yeah.
God, man, I gotta go with who I 100% know are like really, really strong fighters, and that's JD and B Manny.
All right.
Yeah, I'm saying the same. Sorry, unanimous. And it's only because I don't know the guys from SSX.
Well, you know
That's the only
Strands.
reason. Well, okay. Well,
So
I
we're
don't know
going with
that
JD
well.
and B Manny.
I'm
right?
going with JD and B Manny. Those are my BG2 homies from back in the day.
Yeah, Strands and DLL are both in my battle group in SSX, and they're both, quite skilled. But we're playing wars in Tier 2 last season. The AQ prestige isn't as high, so it's kind of hard to gauge.
Man, everybody is so hung up on who is who on my Crazy Bunch photo.
It's important. And where am I?
I think you've earned a spot. So maybe in the next one, if you guys advance, I'll get you on there.
I want to be what's her name, the maid.
Alice.
Isn't Alice in the middle?
I don't know, man.
I put Vega in the middle because he's kind of sponsoring this whole thing.
Oh, Vega's got to be the middle for sure. Yeah. I don't
So
know.
I had
Maybe
one-
like the pet. Can you put like dog ears on me, photoshopped, and put me on the side or something?
So make you look more like an animal.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. All right. The next matchup is very intriguing. We have the 15-7 matchup, Enzo and Coop versus Dreamin' and Taters. The reason this is intriguing is we don't know if Dreamin' and Taters are going to do a run or not.
I know. I'm wondering too.
Well,
I think they'll do one.
They're still in the Prime tournament, right?
They are, yes.
So I think the talk was that they were going to use that as their run here.
I told Taters he could, but they haven't.
You'd have to
They haven't
tell
told
you?
me. Yeah, they haven't told me what they want to do.
Okay.
They're pretty much an all or nothing type of team. They don't care about the second chance bracket. They want to win or nothing. But I'm hoping that the fact that this is a 4 Loki tournament and we're doing something special for the subscribers and stuff, that they're going to want to continue to participate. If not, that's up to them, obviously.
I understand 100% that type of competitive nature. I
Sure,
get it.
sure.
I 100% get it. But at the same time, these guys still have a chance to win $50 each for a subscriber to their channel.
Yep.
I think that they owe it to their fans to try and get third place. That's my opinion on it.
And they could easily do it.
They
That's
can very easily do it.
Yeah, definitely. They have the skill. They have the pedigree in order to get it done. They got They would have a very. I don't want to call them easy, but an easier matchup than they had the last round, and they could advance. And who knows what they could do after that? They have a chance, just like everybody else. I can't believe there's still a chance bracket. So hopefully they come to show up and play, and hopefully they can do something special. And the last matchup here is the Daplizer Vega Cam matchup, which could be very interesting because Daplizer have shown that they can do really good, and they've shown that they can be very, very bad. And Vega and Cam have been pretty consistent, they can go pretty high like they've shown, and they just had they ran into a tough matchup in the first round, so it could be interesting.
Yeah,
You
I
guys
think.
have you
Oh, go
gotten
ahead,
to
Peter.
15 before?
We've been to 14 before.
Okay, that was in the first community tournament or the second one?
Yeah, the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
So here's my take on that matchup. You're exactly right. What you said. If Dap and Lizer bring their best game, it's almost a lock. If you guys make silly mistakes, probably going to lose. And anywhere in between, it's going to be a tight matchup because, like you said, Vega and Cam are very consistent. So we don't know what's going to happen. I hope you guys do well. But I have to root for Vega for sponsoring the thing.
Sure.
So that's who I don't know who's going to win it, but that's who I'm rooting for.
It kind of
Well,
sucks
that,
this early on. You get the sponsor versus the host of the tournament.
Yeah.
So someone's got to be out early, but I guess that's the way things work.
Well, Vega and Cam has done their run as well, so we have some insider information there.
Okay.
And I think they got to 12 boss. So
the other team couldn't make it to the 10 boss before.
Yeah.
So
I'm saying in theory, Dap and Lizer, they should do it. But that's a tough call because
so 12 boss is respectable. It's a matter of whether it's a good run or a bad run at that point. And yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think Dap's frustrated. He's going to take it out on Cam. They're going to 14.
14! Yeah! Perfect.
Very nice.
All right, so those are the matchups for this round. They're going to be due by Sunday, and good luck to all the teams that are involved. And we'll be back on Monday night to recap, what happened, who's crying, who's going home, who's advancing, who's smack talking, all the good stuff that you all want to hear, especially the people that are crying.
And those still in the winner's bracket do get to lose and still are in it, right?
Yes. So let me pull the brackets back up.
I did have one concern about the consolation bracket.
Sure.
It looks like as is, it's already going to take a week or so longer, even if you do the kind of round robin one at the end. Not the round robin, but just like kind of whoever gets the furthest for third place. So you might end up having to do a round with like 5 or 6 teams that goes, and whoever gets the furthest.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You have to eliminate more teams than you can in the winners bracket. So probably the last week, it's going to be like a 5-team. These 5 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyway, whoever's left in that last week, it's going to be one huge matchup.
Yeah, whoever gets
for
third
place.
Third.
Yeah,
lots of trash talk.
Yeah, that's going to be actually probably be a lot of fun. Because after this week, there's going to be 4 teams left in the winners bracket, and still going to be 4 and 8 teams left in the. So you're telling me there's still a chance bracket. So and then it's going to advance to only 2 teams left, and there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there'll be 6 teams fighting at once. Top round takes third place, takes the $100, 2 subscribers. That's going to be maybe even more contested than the finals match. So it should be interesting. We have to do it that way because there is a time restraint on this tournament to get it in before gifting ends. So it should be fun. For sure. But yeah, that's you were exactly right on that bracket. And we're not going to go to 2 matches a week type of a thing. That just wouldn't be right. So let's go to one match with everybody in it, and may the best team win.
And how are you? Sorry, one more question.
Yeah.
How are you assigning the losers bracket? Like for the next round, the losers of this round and the winners bracket. So are they going to then be ranked by seed against the lowest?
No.
Like so Just as
So-
an example.
Oh
Okay,
shit, I don't
go
have
ahead.
it up. That's why. Yeah, I was like, if you look at the bracket, which you can't see it because I didn't put it on the screen. If you look at the bracket here, there's each match is numbered, and there's a corresponding number to the losers bracket. To the
I'll have to look at that.
okay.
Yeah.
So, for instance, the loser of No Show and Team Rez is going to face the winner of Dap Lizer Vega Cam. Basically, in the second round, the bracket flips. So the people at the top of the bracket end up going to the lower part of the bracket.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
What that does is it actually prevents teams from facing each other twice.
Okay.
Because otherwise, like if it stayed parallel, then you could lose the first round, win the second round, and then face the team you lost to in the third round. So that prevents this from happening. So the bracket flips. So the winner of Team Whale and Work in Progress face the loser of Ghost and Katie.
Gotcha. Very nice.
The winner of SSXB Manny plays the loser of Fire Saga Karate Lags. And the winner of Enzo Coop and Dreamin' face the loser of Chelize Bryn Cheating Woo Woo Bears. That's just give you kind of an example.
No, that's good.
Where it flips it. And then in the last round, it really doesn't matter because all 6 teams are going to be facing each other for third place. So that's how it looks.
Cool. Very cool. I'm excited.
Anything else, guys?
No, that's pretty much it for me. Thanks again for hosting all these, man. You do an excellent job with them. I know that we all appreciate it.
Well, thank you. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy this stuff. I like competition. I hate it when it's like really disorganized. So at least if it's disorganized, it's on me, and I can blame myself. Otherwise, I'm like, oh man, come on. But
yeah, I would like to say though before we close out that I really, really love Enzo's idea of a 1v1 free-for-all style tournament eventually.
So, like, basically, you're facing somebody that's on your same Incursion team, and you try to screw them over.
Yes, it's you alternate sides, and you pick whatever node you think is going to stop the other player.
Then who takes the boss?
You alternate bosses, so someone will take the odd room, someone takes the evens.
That's probably what it would come down to. Is like,
yeah, we'll have to
a
figure
crappy
out
boss.
exact. Yeah, we'll have to figure out exact rules because if someone dies at the boss, maybe the next guy goes up. So we'll need definitely like defined rules for how that works. But I think it's such a good
work with Enzo on putting something together, like as far as how you think it would work, and maybe do it. Maybe if we do a couple practice runs of something just to see what it kind of looks like. Because I don't know if it's been done that much before. So I mean, as far as the tournament goes, so
it would be fun to try for sure.
Yeah, it'd be challenging. It's almost similar to, it's not obviously the same, but similar to what they're doing with the, what do they call it on the
Summoner Showdown.
Yeah, so they're picking something to hurt the other person, right? So it's kind of that same idea, only it's Incursions.
I think that pretty much everyone in this tournament would absolutely love a chance to screw Dreamin' over.
But I also wouldn't probably want to face Dreamin'.
I would.
He's got a pretty good roster.
I would destroy Dreamin's soul.
Perfect. So yeah, that's something definitely to think about. Maybe for the next round, dude, spice it up a little bit. I also at some point want to do another tournament like this, only do pool play like they do in soccer. Like 4 teams in one pool, they all play each other, and the top 2 teams advance to the brackets. Something like that.
Yeah, World
Yeah,
Cup.
or I've always kind of like the entire tournament is the same as the last round of the consolation bracket's going to be, so like if let's say you had 8 teams, they'd all go, and only the top 4 runs advance to the next round, and then the next round only the top 2 runs would advance.
Right. So it's
So that
not.
way, it's like
it's no
yeah,
matchups.
it's not matchups. It's just who has the best runs each round.
Sure.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Anyway, lots of stuff we could do with it.
Absolutely.
We're gonna have so much fun.
And I think we need to mix it up a little bit. Otherwise, it's like, oh, here's another tournament. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know. DAP can't mix things up enough.
Yeah, like the Incursions Prime tournament seems like it's an interesting idea, but with the restrictions, it seems more of like a nightmare than anything.
You know what? I actually thought at first this was going to be really stupid. I thought it was going to be really crappy, really, like, what are they doing? Why mess with this stuff? But I've so far enjoyed it, mostly because we've done well with it. But, like, I've actually legit now want to run Domino Red Hulk in Incursions, even though I would never have. I'm like, they're not sustainable enough. You know,
Oh, they're so good.
But I'm telling you, they just Domino just destroyed people, even in the upper zones. And I would have never tried it. I mean, you want build-up champs, right? You want Aegon, you want Morningstar, you want Corvus, because Corvus is Corvus. You know, and Corvus can heal off of suicides. You know, I didn't have any healers, but it didn't matter. She just wrecked people. And I would have never
well, and
done
especially
that.
like your rank 3s. I just think there's something to like bringing in your rank 3s is a huge advantage.
Sure.
And you have both of those at rank 3, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're a great rank 3 team. I mean, and they complement each other well in different areas because Red Hulk can take all those mystics, and the skill does well against Red Hulk. But then you got Domino to say, "Hey, skill, shut up, I got you."
Yep.
You know, so they complement each other well, and obviously they synergize well. And then you throw Massacre in the mix, and Domino's like, hey. And then in Incursions, you get these amplifiers of Incinerate and damage over time, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, I don't know when it happened exactly, but like Domino kind of started getting like slept on. She's like underrated now, and I never really understood it because people say that she's a lot of RNG, and yeah, I get that, but like you're proccing Lucky every other special, and when she's Lucky, there's no RNG involved. She pretty much all of her stuff works. So
and then as a horsewoman, she procs stuff even more. You know, and it's like, pff, come on.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So yeah, I mean, I've liked both runs. I liked the round where we did just heroes, and my hero roster was pretty weak compared to some people's. And this last run I enjoyed with the villains and mercs and at first, like what I was saying is I didn't like the idea, but I've enjoyed it.
Yeah. What's the next round? Did they announce?
Yeah, it's medium and large champs.
Oh damn! Oh, it's a lot of champs, but that's fine.
That's Corvus time.
Yeah, this will be the first round that Corvus is available. The only round that a 6-star Corvus is available. So he comes back onto the playing field. Aegon's available. I went through the champs. There's some good champs in there, but you're also missing out on a lot of champs that are kind of helpful at times. Like I've used at least almost every round. I've used a warlock at some point. Just because he's good against certain things, and that won't be available. Just certain things. And then one thing that would really stop a team in this other tournament, if you get a late round magic, I don't think there's an option.
Yeah, because you can't quake.
You'd have to change masters or something.
You can't quake, and you can't use Gulk, which are the two best options for magic.
Yeah. And then like a third option would be like Domino probably.
And maybe but once they hit one limbo in zone 12 or 13, I mean, you're gonna die.
Yeah, you're just dead.
So I did
Namor, maybe.
Namor's not a villain or.
Well, he's large or medium.
No, I'm talking about for this one we're in now.
Oh yeah.
The one we're in now, like, because we had an option, we might have had to face a Domino. I mean, we might have had to face a magic, and it was the first level. Like, if it was a second or boss level, I mean, what a team's gonna do? I almost could have used.
Guardian would work. Work in progress is right. Guardian would work.
How would you do it?
Is he any of those things?
He takes almost no energy damage whatsoever.
No, Guardian can't do it.
He's
Why
a
not?
hero, isn't he?
Guardian's not a villain or a
Oh,
mech.
true.
Or
Yeah.
So how does there's a Killmonger Sabretooth synergy, right? How would that work? You'd have to take her with Sabretooth.
You can't.
Would that shut it down if you only pushed her over while she was stunned?
Oh, that's a good. Oh, Omega could do it. Omega could do it.
But you
Anyway,
would-
you'd have to get real creative for sure.
What do you mean? No, you tentacle hit over a bar and he takes no damage. Always.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Limbo doesn't hurt him.
I didn't
I mean,
know that.
he would still take damage when she throws a special.
Yes, that would be the only time, but that's such a short burst.
At zone 12, that's still enough.
Well, no, because here's the thing with Omega. So he's healing from suicides first, and then you just save and you throw special threes and you heal it back. Because even like 3 or 4 limbos isn't going to kill him. It's literally 2 ticks. It won't. You'll be fine.
Sabretooth is
Yeah,
a.
somebody
how's it going, Ghost Dog?
somebody should bring. Well, we're not in that one, but yeah, you should bring a Void Killmonger team because they're really good for incursions.
So good.
And then you could bring in Sabretooth for the match where if you have to face a magic, because it should work the same way Masochism does, right?
I wouldn't
Does he
last very
get-
long with a Killmonger Void team.
You'd be
He might.
surprised.
No,
Yeah.
I personally, I'm not good with those champs. So
There's
You got a
there's,
rank 3 Void, dude.
yeah,
yeah,
there's a
he's for
ton-
defense.
There's a ton of nodes in there in the incursions that with that synergy, Killmonger will be at full health at the end of a fight. Like there's a lot that helps him.
I believe you guys. I just can't do it.
But nobody's using Killmonger anyway. They're using.
I haven't seen
let's
anybody
be
use
honest.
Killmonger and Void in any incursion run.
Carl, I think next round, no matter what, we just have fun with it, man, and we bring in fun teams. I'm bringing Venom the Duck for real.
Oh my god, guys!
Dude, if you can build him up the right way, then it's fine. It's just like I've tried him enough times where it's just so hard to build him. Like, I don't know. The RNG is just
Yeah,
too much.
I feel like with like the Guardian synergy and without suicides, he's pretty viable.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that is going to be it for today. Look forward to the rest of the incursion runs for the week, and the update will come on Monday. Hope you guys are available for that. Otherwise, we will see you guys later.